Should we talk about when we moved to Austin
Sure.
to start?
Except
And
Miley. She's
Miley
born here?
she's gonna talk about what she loves about Austin.
So I've been in Austin almost all of my life. I grew up in the mountains in California, but other than that 10 years, I've always been here. But what was it like for you moving to Austin? What were your impressions when you first got here? What was different than you expected?
Well, first off, I'm here by choice. So I actually was not loving it in Southern California. Besides the weather, it never felt like home. So we wanted some smaller place with culture and some community. So I Googled it, and it was between three: Asheville, Nashville, and Austin.
All good choices.
Yes. And I've been to both, except Asheville, Nashville, but not Austin, Texas. So we came to visit, and we loved it. And the most interesting thing that I was not expecting is how gorgeous it's going to be. And in the ways, and I know austinites are going to be hating me for saying that, but it reminded me of California. The hills, the rolling hills, and we were here actually for the first time in August. So the grass was parched and golden, and you have those gorgeous old live oaks with the dark bark and the green leaves. That it's like, okay, I'm in Napa Valley, you know? It was beautiful. I was not expecting that at all.
Austin is so green when you fly above it, you know, and all those trees get in the way sometimes when you want to renovate, but it sure does make it gorgeous and green and a lot cooler than it would be otherwise.
Yes, I thought it was going to be flat and, prairie-like, but it wasn't.
When I first came to Austin, we drove here, and I'm from Louisiana originally, so I'm used to a lot of green, and when I drove into Austin, it was definitely not as I expected it to be. I mean, as soon as we drove in, it was January, and it was still green and hilly and beautiful, and I just wasn't expecting the lakes and rivers and the topography, and so. Yeah, it surprised me for sure. I was not excited about coming to Austin. I was here for a work trip, and the people that I talked to before I came were, "Oh, you're going to Austin. You're going to love Austin." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. It's in Texas." I had this thing about Texas, like you have when you don't live here and you don't see all the different things. I mean, Texas is huge, right? So there's so many different types of places here, and I had this idea of what Texas was. I had been to Dallas and I'd been to Houston, but Austin was really it caught me by surprise, and I just fell in love with it instantly. Just resonated with the place. So
it's definitely unique.
It is.
Yeah.
One thing that I was worried about when I moved here was, and really why it took me so long to leave Louisiana, was I just love the people. The people are so warm and friendly, and I couldn't imagine that any other place would be like that, And so for me, it was the people in Austin. There's people from all over the place here, and people are just so friendly and warm. Not quite as warm as in Louisiana. People there are sometimes a little bit too familiar. It's like everybody acts like they've known each other forever, even upon meeting at the first moment. But in Austin, you just have, I don't know, I love how authentic people are here, and there's just a general acceptance of any kind of people from anywhere. So
Austin's great about that.
Yeah, it's in the air.
In Texas in general, it has that great mix of Southern charm and Western grit.
Yes.
Kind of mixed together that's makes Texas special in general.
Yeah.
Well, so you've lived here your whole life,
most of it, yeah.
Most of your life. What do you love most about Austin?
I love that it's such a melting pot of people, and in between having huge universities and being the capital and the arts and music industry and the technology side, you just end up with such a wide variety of people. And I encountered that when I met so many people in my years teaching dance who just like all walks of life, and really fun to get to, know all their histories and paths and what brought them here, and really enjoy that. And now I'm getting to do the same thing in real estate, and it's super fun.
That's cool that you like that, because a lot of people think, the people who are from here don't enjoy all the newcomers from all the other places.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm both from here and came back here. So it's like I'm both. Like I was born here. I was, born out by Lake Travis and grew up splashing in the waves, off Windy Point, and remember the Zilker Christmas tree from being a kid, but also moved back here, right before I turned 17, and, had experience living elsewhere. And I don't know, I think it's great that people from everywhere want to come here. It's an awesome place.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely special. I mean, immigrating from Russia, and I lived for the first 10 years in North Carolina, and it's a gorgeous state, beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it living there, but I always felt like there's something more to explore. And I traveled quite a bit living in North Carolina, but then the circumstances brought me to California, Southern California, and I didn't stick around there for too long, 5 years. And now the longest time living anywhere in the United States is Texas, Austin, Texas, for 13 years. And I have to say, I embraced the culture and the place and the people, and it feels like home, and I don't have the ants in my pants to go explore more. This is home. I'm Texan. My daughter was born here. Mm-hmm. And when you ask her what she is, she's Texan. She's not American, she's not Russian, she's Texan.
Well,
so
that's from Texas. You are Texan.
You are Texan. Yeah, I said, well, first. Yeah, I said, well, right, but I asked her, well, you born in America, your parents are Russian. What are you? And she's like, Texan. I'm like, all right, that you are.
Yeah, I definitely have moments of getting homesick, and there were lots of conversations I've been here 17 years, and there's such a draw when you're from a place like Louisiana. Family's really important, and we'd go for the holidays, and it'd be like, oh, maybe we should try to figure out a way to move, but Austin just kept drawing us back, like, nope. And I'm pretty firm. It was at some point, maybe it was I don't know, 5 or 6 years after moving here, that I got very clear, like, I'm not leaving ever. I love this place. There is no other place like this city. So yeah. What's funny, soon after I moved here, it was 2004 when the Frost Tower was being built. And we had a friend who was the general contractor of that building. And so when it was under construction, we went up to the top in the hard hats and got to take a look at the city from the 34th story, which at the time was the tallest building.
It was the tallest building for a long time.
And now I just look at the skyline and think, what? Oh my gosh. Like,
it's so different.
What city am I in? Because there's 60-story buildings and more going up all the time. So it's exciting. It's exciting to be part of so much growth and change, and just to see how the culture has changed over time. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you this story. Okay, so when I first moved to Austin, people that met me and got to know me a little bit, they would ask me if I was a foodie. And I'm like, what's a foodie? Because when you're from New Orleans, like
you're all foodies.
You're a natural born foodie.
Everybody's a foodie.
Everybody's a foodie, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody is all about food all the time. And most of the food there is really good. Well, the food when I first moved to Austin was not really good. It was like the really good was Tex-Mex or barbecue. And those were your pretty much like, if you wanted to have something really good, you could go for Tex-Mex or barbecue. And those
and if you had a special occasion, you'll end up in Vespaio.
Vespaio, yes. And there was Vespaio, which thankfully is still there. One of my favorite spots.
I love Vespaio.
I love it. I was at Inateca recently. So anyway, the food scene here has just really blossomed.
Exploded.
It has exploded. And now we are among the top cities, I would say, in the world for food. It's been so fun to watch that as a foodie. I'm loving it.
Well,
Yeah.
now we're finally talking about what's important, but I have a confession to make. So I lived in North Carolina for 10 years, loved Southern food. Mexican, Tex-Mex, no, thank you. Next. Moved to California, same thing. Everybody was making fun of me because there's quite a bit of Mexican restaurants there. And everybody, of course, likes to eat outside. The weather's gorgeous. And chips and salsa, guacamole, no thank you. So moved to Texas, to Austin. And, well, barbecue, of course, I love. But I really, really, really love Mexican food now.
So how did that happen?
I
How
don't
did you
know.
convert?
I guess I've never...
Was it the queso?
No, quite. I love queso, but I'm not in love with queso. I'm a guacamole kind of girl.
I mean, my
Me
heart was
too.
hurting there a little bit when you said you didn't like guacamole. It's like an entire food group in my
Oh,
life.
absolutely. I mean, guacamole, I can bathe in that thing. It's just so versatile. You can add anything. You can add guacamole to anything, and
Anything.
it's going to be better.
And it's good.
And it's going to even margaritas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Avocado margarita.
Avocado margaritas.
Like Cora's.
Yes.
We're the originator of the
Absolutely.
avocado margarita. We took some clients there
Yeah.
recently. They loved it. Who doesn't love? I mean, it sounds weird to put
Oh, no,
avocado
so
in your
good.
margarita,
Yeah.
but it is really good.
So good.
Speaking
starting to
of
get hungry.
food groups, I know. Speaking of food groups,
Yes.
so should we talk about tacos?
You have to talk
Absolutely.
about it. If we're talking about Austin and we're talking about food, we have to talk about tacos.
And
Well, is it-
specifically,
Breakfast tacos.
breakfast tacos. So I find that a lot of people moving from other places, they're like, what's a breakfast taco? They know a breakfast burrito. I think in California, you have breakfast burritos.
California is
and-
the burrito place.
Yeah, but
Chuck would never understand. Putting more carbs inside the carbs and wrap it in the carb and then eating it? No.
well, here's the thing for me. It's like once I experienced good breakfast tacos, there's no other breakfast. Like
It's the best breakfast
It's
ever.
the best breakfast
It really
ever.
is. It's perfect.
and lunch and dinner.
And dinner. I mean, I could have breakfast tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So where's your favorite? What is your favorite taco in town?
I'm totally a Taco Deli fangirl, and
Yeah,
I
me too.
love the auto.
Oh my gosh,
black
that was
beans, bacon, avocado, cheese, and their salsas
doña.
are so good. And if you mix the doña and the verde salsa together,
Ooh.
the
Oh, so I
best.
haven't tried that. I always just go straight
good.
doña, and that's my taco, the auto.
Great minds think alike.
That's right. Yeah. Well,
I don't think my breakfast
Let's
taco qualifies as a breakfast taco. It doesn't have eggs in it.
I don't know.
Well, this one didn't have eggs
Oh,
either.
okay.
Yeah.
It's freaking vegan.
Freaking at
so
Taco
it's
Deli.
the same thing
At
without
Taco
the bacon.
Deli. Yes, it's just the ultimate comfort food.
That is good.
Straight up,
It is.
refried beans, pico de gallo, and avocado.
Oh yeah, with the pico de gallo.
That's it.
Yum.
Yummy.
You know what they also have at Taco Deli is they have most people I think find it weird, but they have a mashed potato ingredient that you can get in.
Yeah, I think it's super weird.
It's good.
In
I
your
think
taco?
it's good.
It's like weird liquid potatoes. It's like the worst potatoes I've ever had in my life. That's the only thing I don't like about Taco Deli is their potatoes.
Well, I think they're kind of good because they're different. It's like I
So-
usually don't like potatoes in my
What do you
tacos,
do?
but
Potatoes and tacos.
potatoes. Yeah. It's just like with the black potatoes, the black beans, the cheese, avocado, doña. It's like a big messy, mushy, crazy. I don't know why. I love that. Okay, so I have another favorite taco, and this taco, y'all, I've only had it like one time,
Because
but it was okay. Have you heard of this place called Arturo's?
speaking about okay.
It's downtown Austin, like somewhere 17th and Lavaca or somewhere in that region.
Was this like the underground place?
It's the underground place, Arturo's Underground,
I have heard of this.
and they actually have amazing migas tacos. Like the miga, it was like my favorite migas that I've ever had in Austin. But every time I've tried to go there ever since, either they weren't serving breakfast tacos anymore because they don't serve them after
Now they closed.
11 or something, or they're closed.
They close now.
They're closed now. Are they closed now permanentally?
No, I don't
Well,
think they just closed because of COVID. I don't know
I'm
why.
not kidding you. I've tried to go there like 6 times and they're never open when I'm trying to go.
Was it Amiga's breakfast taco?
It was Amiga's breakfast taco. But they don't, not like Taco Deli where you can get breakfast tacos all day. You can't.
You cannot get breakfast tacos all day
You
in Taco
can't?
Deli. Nope, 11 o'clock is a cutoff day. The only time you can get it all day long is weekends.
Oh, weekends. Okay. Well, not at Arturo's. They stopped serving them at 11.
But my yummiest breakfast taco in Taco Deli, not breakfast taco, is their special on Tuesday. It's banh mi.
Oh, yeah. I
Banh mi
love that
tacos?
one. I love that one.
Yeah.
That is super
I
yummy.
Gluten-free
also
people
do-
unite because you can't get a good banh mi on anything else.
Nothing else. That's
but
true.
in tacos, it's actually awesome.
Well, and you talking about migas got me thinking about Cisco's. Cisco's has such good migas and even better huevos rancheros.
Oh, I love huevos rancheros. Okay. I have to go there. I haven't gone there in years. It's been
A while since I've been too, and I still I've tried to recreate that ranchero sauce, and I still haven't managed to do so.
Have you been over
so
there
good.
to that part of town recently?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. I went into the new Whole Foods for the first time the other night. It's just like, I lived over there for so long that it's just super weird that there's a Whole Foods and a Target and all these things that weren't there. I mean, there's just nothing. It's like, it was just one coffee shop, Joshua Bingham, Progress Coffee. That was the only thing over there, Progress Coffee, for years. And then slowly over time. And then all of a sudden, with that new development, it's just so exciting.
What's your favorite coffee shop?
I really like the new Houndstooth coffee that's over off East. I think it's on MLK or Manor. I think it's on MLK. I love that coffee shop. I love that coffee shop. What about you?
For me, it's a tie between Cafe Medici on West Lynn and Epoch on Anderson. Like it just like Epoch on Anderson in particular, like it looks like this like boring strip mall coffee shop, but then out back there's like this beautiful courtyard area that's really nice to hang out in.
I haven't been to the courtyard. I've been to that coffee shop a bunch.
How about you, Oksana?
I don't have a favorite coffee shop. I love Summer Moon Coffee, but I don't like any of their locations to hang out in.
Yeah.
But the best location to hang out in is Mozart's, but I don't like their coffee.
I do love Mozart's. I just get tea when I'm there.
One day,
or hot chocolate when they're doing the lights during the Christmas season.
I used to love they had lavender Earl Grey. They no longer have lavender Earl Grey. So a few weeks ago, I found myself at the Mozart's deck with the Summer Moon coffee in my hand. And I'm like, that's actually pretty good.
I do things my way.
That seems like cheating.
It is not. It's taking the best from both places.
Your favorite places in the what is it? The hotel downtown, Peacock, or what is the bar called?
Peacock.
Peacock.
The hotel
Isn't that one of your favorite places?
To eat
or to go? To eat? To go?
I love the proper hotel.
The proper hotel.
Proper hotel. Yeah, I can live in that
It's
lobby.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the food is really good at the Peacock.